Hello folks, only me. So today I'm going to be working on my FS1E D with a disc brake. I bought it a couple of years ago, well not quite 2 years ago, and I can't remember how much I put on the video when I bought it, but I ended up having the cylinder rebored, a new piston. I changed the seals. I didn't strip the engine down, but I changed the crank seals and quite a few little other jobs. But after I'd rebuilt it, the clutch was slipping a little bit. It was not too bad, but it was there. So I had already put new plates in it because they were worn, but I stupidly didn't put new springs in. So I'm trying to skin a fart again. So I took it down again, put new springs in it and new oil, obviously. And I was using this old classic oil, which I thought would be alright. This is 20W50, and I use SA30 in my SS50 and all the quicklies I've got, and it's fine, don't get any slip. There's no additives in it. But so I told my mate who's well into fizzies, and he said, nah, you want to use the Japanese stuff, the Japanese spec oil. So that's what I've got here. This is the JASO spec oil. So I've now bought some more new clutch plates. I've got myself a gasket. So I'm going to strip it down again and rebuild it. I'll use the same springs because they're new, and see how we go with that with the new oil. Hopefully it will sort the problem. So without further ado, I shall get some tools out, get you a bit closer, and see how we go. Right then, so I've dropped it down a little bit. I thought I might as well start her up, warm the oil up, get as much oil out as I can, the old spec oil. So she starts. So we got, I think my battery's a little bit low, but that shouldn't affect the starting. How much fuel we got in it? Put it on reserve. Actually, don't seem too bad. Quite a bit there. Choke on, and here we go. Two strokes smoke there. I'll warm her up and then I'll drain the oil. Right, that's warmed it up a bit. Should have gone on for a run on it really, but that's going to let the oil out a bit easier. It's a bit smoky in here now. I just checked she's not got the back door open. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, we're okay. Shall we complain about the smell of smoke getting in the house if the patio doors are open? So first things first, we're going to drain the oil. Can't remember how much is in these things, it should go in there. So I've got a few spanners together. I'll drop that garage door down there. Let's have a look. Mind the exhaust, it's a little bit hot. I must admit that looks in a very odd colour. I suppose it's just all aerated. Looks like it's got water in it, but it can't have water in it. Had it up, running up through the gears and what have you. Wow. What's there? There's supposed to be a seal on there. I don't know. Oh yeah, seal. There is a seal on there. A fibre seal it looks like on the sump plug. It's stuck on the sump plug now. So next thing I'm going to do, I won't be fitting these till tomorrow. I'm going to let them sit in oil, soak up some oil. Some people say, nah, you don't have to do that, but I've always been told, stick the new plates in oil for at least 12 hours. So there we go. I hope they're the right ones. It's a bit big. Oh, let's hope they're the right ones anyway. I was going to stick them in there, but that looks a bit small. So, what else have we got? Nice little tin. There we go. That's it. I'll put them to one side. What to do next? I think we'll start off with need a tray to put all the bits in. So for starters, I'll take the air filter out, I think. Which is a 10mm socket and a 10mm on the other end of the bolt. And if I remember rightly, if I take the filter out, I can leave this boot on. Just put that back in there. And we'll undo the carburetor. So to do that, we'll take these 4 Allen bolts out. Pull that rubber boot off. There we go. And have a look. Well, I'll turn the fuel off. I should have run the fuel down really, I forgot. And there's a little grommet in here, which you take out. Oh, that's hot. Not the grommet, the cylinder head. And then you should be able to get a screwdriver in here. Whether it's Phillips or flat blade, I don't remember, but it seems to be flat blade. There we go. And then there's a couple of pipes to take off. One of them being from the tap, from the fuel tap. There you go. And you've got also a drain off the carb. I don't know whether I can leave that. No, I'll take it off. I'll leave it sticking through the cover here. Now you should be able to wiggle this off. That's it. And then stick that out of the way now. Yeah, let's take this out of the way. Ooh, maybe not. That's it. So that's just a drain, so if it floods, it doesn't flood this area out. It just comes out the bottom of the engine onto the tarmac. Now, the next thing I'm going to take off, I believe, in the correct order, is the kickstart. It's just a 10mm bolt. Let's try and get that out of the ratchet. There you go. That should wriggle off. But if it doesn't, like this one doesn't want to very easily, you can just open this up a little bit. The cleverest, just put a little screwdriver in there. Don't go too mad, you'll break it, but it's just enough to make it easier to come off. Come on. Don't let you down. There you go. So it's just opening that up a little bit, but do it too much, you'll crack that off. And we can put that bolt back in there. Sump plug. It stopped draining now, so before we forget, we'll put the sump plug back in, and the washer is already on there. There it is. It's a fibre washer. One. Now I think the next thing to do is to remove the exhaust pipe. So I've got to take these little frames off. I think you can struggle with just taking one off, but it's easier to take them both off because then you can get onto the nut for the exhaust a bit easier. You've got a bit more room. Just going by memory. So. Where's that extension gone? Come on, oh, there it is. Alright, so I'll take it off up here. Oh, should be a 13, I thought. 14. 13 socket, there we go. I'm getting here. The exhaust is still quite hot. Got to be careful. There we go. So I might as well just put that in there. Very tempted to just leave that one on there, but I'm pretty sure it's easier to remove it. Let's have a look. And perhaps it's easier to put it back on. I've got a little C-spanner here. Now I'm going to take it off. So I'll go around the other side of the bike. It'll be 13mm spanners. Lost a nut. Didn't even hear it drop down. Oh well, perhaps it's in the oil. Now, see if I can get on here now. My little NSU, quickly C-spanner. There we go. Come on. I did try and do this job when I put those new springs in. I tried to do it without removing the exhaust. I couldn't do it, I don't know why. It looks like there's enough clearance, but I think you can't get some of the bolts at the back. Right, that's quite loose now. So the next little job is to undo the 14mm socket. That pop up. That bolt there. That nut there on there. There you go. And then there is another nut, which is a 13mm spanner at the back. Washer there somewhere, and then I've got a spring which is for the brake light switch. Get that out of the way. Right. exhaust seal. That's it, exhaust off. I'm going to put that somewhere out of the way. Okay, so I believe I've got to remove the spring for the switch like that. Just keep that tucked out of the way, and the next job will be to remove the brake. I'm pretty sure I have to remove this brake lever just to get it out of the way so I can slide this off nicely. And the other thing, of course, is the pedals. So it's got the pedal out of the way, I think. Good. Somebody will say you don't have to take the brake lever off, but I do believe I have to, because otherwise putting it back together it kept catching, and it's not much of a job. There's a little C clip on there, and I just pull this out of the way. It says E. Perhaps I have to undo the back. It's quite warm, this is. And it's an old bike. Done 8,000 miles according to the speedo, and I bet that was just well abused miles back in the day. That's great, isn't it? You can't get that off. Wow, that's crazy. Let's leave that for now. At least I can manoeuvre it out of the way when I'm trying to get this off. We've got the spring for the switch. Just try and keep that out of the way. And now I need to get the cover off. So for that, various bits and bobs here. Put that back on there. There's the missing nut for the other side. I'm going to put a little bit of tape around there just so that I don't have to worry about the seal getting damaged. Bit of brake cleaner on there. I'm going to take these out, and I think they're all the same length except for one that's in here. So you can that's the one there. As I take them out, go around clockwise, I'll just put them together and just make sure they're all the same length, basically. Yep. A lock washer on there. There's no lock washers on any of them. That's the same. This is the one that I think might be a short one. Or a long one. There you go. That's a different length. Don't know if you can see that on the camera or not. Yep. So we go down here. Yeah, they're all the same length bolts except for that one that went in there, which is a long one. So that should be ready to come off now. I'm going to pull the fuel pipe through. Take that little clip off. Pull that through there. I haven't got to mess about these little screws then. I will put this back on so we don't forget it. Now this should come off. There we go. We don't bother that to see it up with the tape. Lovely jubbly. Let's see if we can get that gasket off and perhaps use it again. It's got a sealer on it. I put sealer on it rightly or wrongly last time. And there you go. There's your clutch. So the next thing is to undo the screws. What size screwdriver I need? It's going to be, I bought a Japanese one. I don't know what to do with it. I bought a proper Japanese spec screwdriver, or set. Did I buy a set? Yeah, oh, that's the wrong one. I'll have to dig them out. Now that I'm on the camera, yeah, I'm going to get the proper set. Okay, let's find them. Here we go. I found them. That's it. Oh, I got Loctite on it. I remember putting the Loctite on. Let's have a look. I have to hold this somehow. of course another way, and that is just gripping that with the vice grips, which I've done before, just to undo them. Of course that was when I was off camera, so didn't have anyone hammering me. I've got to hold this somehow. I think I need to just, let's have a look, get some wonder if that'll work. I'm going to use the vice grips because I know they're loctite in. I don't want to make it worse for myself. And the other thing is I'm pushing against the bike. Don't really want to push it off the bench. So this is just to loosen them off. And these screws are a bit hammered anyway from previous events. If I get the right tension on there, and then put that on there. There we go, much easier. Just to break the Loctite. Right, so that's that one. Gone crooked. You guys can slag me if you want. I don't care. Put that on there. It's just literally just to break the Loctite. Get my arm out of the way of the camera. Yep. And now we can use the screwdriver. And it is the cracked screwdriver. Even though it's slipping. It's because these screws are well knackered. It's a budget bike. Bloody hell, how long are these screws? I suppose it means you haven't, long screws mean you haven't got to put a, haven't got to use a clutch compressor. And clever people at Yamaha. I didn't want them coming out. That's me Loctite on there. And they wouldn't have come out, I don't think. It's just a shame that it was slipping. we go. Brand new plates they are, but for some reason the shoe was still slipping. What fizzy power. So hopefully when I've changed the oil, I'm going to wash this all off with brake cleaner, and with the new spec oil and the new plates, we'll see. I don't know, but that's it for now. So I'll be back fitting the new plates. Okay, here we are. I've got the clutch plates been soaking in oil. I'm going to use the old gasket. I bought a new one just in case the old one got broken, but I've used weld seal on the old gasket, which is what I used before. On one side I've put weld seal on the gasket, and the other side I've put some on here. Without further ado, I'm going to put the clutch back together. I've cleaned these bolts, the threads, and I'm going to put some 243 lock threader on there. So let's go for it. I'm looking for something. There it is. Right, so put that in there. That on there. And that on there. Bit of thread locker. Hope you're in the view of the camera. That on there. Well, that is a bit of something. Looks like a bit of thread. And just tighten these up until they stop, and they're stopping on the end of the shred of the threaded bolt. So that's it. Well, it nearly is. That's it there. So I'm just gonna let's have a look. I just want to make sure they're nice and tight. kind of tempted to put the mollies on it again just to give it a final tweak, but I think they're tight. Well, I know they're tight. They're really tight, and the shoulder's going down onto the clutch plate at the back, or the clutch drive, and they got Loctite on, so that should be fine. Because I know how well that Loctite works, because they were difficult to get out. So next thing is really I'm going to put a little bit of seal around this face here, which rubs up against those two O-rings. And I've already got my weld seal on here, as I've said. I made up some little studs just so that I can put the gasket on. It makes it a bit easier. Because it's got weld seal on, I don't think it will slip down, but just in case, and if you didn't have weld seal on, it's quite a good idea. I'm going to put that one down there just to make sure your gasket goes on and stays in the right place. Even more so with the bike upright, you're not working on the engine on its side, so it's probably unnecessary, but it might help. Let's put those in there. Get me gasket. Here we go. Definitely makes it easier for lining up the gasket. Look at that. Just pop that on there. That's all right, that is. Oh yes. Get a bit of RTV on those seals. I usually put too much on because it all squirts out, so you don't want to put too much of this on, but it's just so you know that you're going to get a good seal on those O-rings. And the only reason I'm putting it on is because when I originally took it apart, it did have some on there. Whether that was factory or not, I'm not sure, but it's not going to do it in the arm. So now I think I've got everything on there. I've got my tape on around the kickstart spline, so I don't think I need to put any grease. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put a little bit of grease on the seal. Just to make sure we don't nick the seal at all. It helps shaft slide onto it. The spline's a bit smaller, but then it rides up against this little spline on here, this little shaft on here. So that should help. Right, let's get it on there without messing about too much. That goes on there. Line that up, and that's it. Lovely. Lovely. That long one goes at the front. Have 3 left. Yep. So we now take these little studs out that I made, just out of a bit of threaded bar. M6, I think it is. And also I took the brake pedal off in the end because I did a dry run of putting this on. It was catching on the brake pedal, and all I had to do with the brake pedal to get it off, because it was a bit tight getting off before, I just had to tweak the little bracket that holds the brake switch spring, and then it just popped straight off. Okay, get these buggers in. Yes, there should be a torque loading for these. Every bolt and thread's got a torque loading. But when you've done as many of these as I have, you know, bikes and that over the years, I kind of know how much to torque it to. He says shearing one off. If you want to know what the torque loading is for the M6 bolt into an alley, look it up. Right, so that's that on there. I'll just carry on putting it back together. I'll get the brake lever back in, kick shaft back on, kickstart lever, and the carb and everything. But I'll do that, as they say in the Haynes manual, in the reverse order of taking them off, and I'll catch up with you when it's a bit further done, if that makes sense. Doesn't really, does it? But there we go. That's it, all buttoned up. So the next thing is take it for a little ride. It's hopefully, it won't be today because I'm behind schedule, but hopefully if it's another nice day tomorrow, I'll get the old camera girl on the camera and we'll run it up and down the road and see how she is. Hopefully it's fixed, but fingers crossed. Right, so here we are. Let's see how we got on with this clutch change. Whether it's made a difference or not. think it's slipped a little bit. So I just want to give it a little run. And I'll give it a longer run, I think. And if there's anyone watching this video who's got any ideas, I've got the right amount of free play on my cable. I lubricated the cable, new clutch, plates, proper oil. It's a lot better than it was, because before it was slipping like mad going up there, but just got the impression down then it was slipping a bit. But anyway, so I hope you liked the video, and that's about it really. Bye for now. Hello folks, only me. So let's do that a bit better. Hello folks, only me. So today I'm going to be working on my Yamaha. Start again. Hello folks, only me. Hello folks, only me. So today I'm going to be working on my FS1E D with a disc brake.
Good.
I thought I was on the Honda again.